For WRCO News, I'm Joanne Krulotz. Drought conditions are expanding at an alarming rate. Civic Media's Brittany Merlo reports.
There have been 82 wildfires across Wisconsin, with 32 of them starting because of improper equipment use. Things like unsecured trailer chains, lawnmowers, ATVs, UTVs, tractors, and more. Now, 77% of the state is in a drought and 30% has reached severe status. That's a 10% spike in just 7 days. Wildfires that occur under these conditions can burn for great lengths of time and smolder underground for days, which can be challenging to suppress. Amy Penn from the Wisconsin DNR says,
usually like 11 through 5 p.m., those are usually the more concerning times of the day.
Only operate equipment like chainsaws, off-road vehicles, and lawnmowers early in the morning or late in the day to avoid sparks at peak burn hours.
It's the safest time of day. That's usually when the winds calm down and the relative humidity increases again.
Burns are still suspended in several counties and elevated areas. Between boats headed to storage for the winter and hunters towing wreck vehicles, be sure to secure dragging parts to avoid creating sparks while driving. Avoid operating vehicles on dry grass, check tire pressure for exposed rims, and avoid all outdoor burning until conditions improve.
Consistently dry weather across the state has led to Wisconsin farmers completing their harvest earlier than expected. It's also led to a drop in their quality. Farming officials say soil around the state is showing signs of being depleted and more crop yields are being lost to weather-related issues. Persistent printer problems plague early voting in Wisconsin. For a third straight day Thursday, labels, which poll workers affixed to absentee ballot envelopes, were taking as long as 15 minutes each to print. It remained unclear what the glitch was, but it involved use of WRCO, the state's voter registration database and election management system. WRCO provides information including voter names and addresses for the printed labels. Voters or election workers are permitted to print that information by hand if necessary, but that can result in inaccuracies. The Wisconsin Department of Agriculture, Trade and Consumer Protection is alerting the public that it has received an increased number of complaints and reports concerning extortion attempts sent by email. You should know how to respond if and when you are faced with an extortion attempt. The messages in question falsely claim that the sender has obtained private and potentially damaging video recordings or other personal information about you. The scammers often include some accurate information about you to make their claims more believable, such as your home address and a Google Maps photo of your house. The tone of the messages may imply the scammer has been watching you closely and for a long time. The scammer will often claim you have visited unsafe websites and explain that this is how they first obtained access to your cellular phone or computer. The scammer may also claim they can remotely access your webcams and phone cameras to watch and record video of them at any time. Finally, the scammer threatens to share this private and embarrassing information with your colleagues, family, and friends unless their demands are met. The scammers typically request payment through cryptocurrency, which can be difficult to trace by banks or government agencies and can be impossible to recover after it is sent. You can expect these emails to communicate a sense of urgency, and they will likely be asked to pay up quickly or risk having the private information released very soon. If you receive a message like this, you should follow these steps. Do not panic. It is unlikely the scammer truly has compromising video. Ignore the message. Do not call any phone number listed in the messages. Click on any links or open any attachments. Never send money. In addition to cryptocurrency, scammers commonly ask for payment to be made through gift cards, cash, or wire transfer. And change your password if the scammer references having it. If a password is reused for multiple accounts, change it on all of them. New unique passwords should be used for separate accounts to prevent the scammer from fraudulently accessing multiple accounts with a single password. Report extortion attempts to DATCAP, the FBI's Internet Crime Complaint Center, at ic3.gov, the Federal Trade Commission at ftc.gov, and if the message was sent to your work account, to your employer's technology department. For more information and consumer protection resources or to file a complaint, visit DATCAP's Consumer Protection webpage at consumerprotection.wi.gov or contact the Consumer Protection Hotline at 1-800-422-7128. Eagle School will host a fall festival and craft fair Saturday from 10 to 3. Holly Liska is an organizer of the event.
We are having our first ever fall festival and craft fair. Last year we had our first craft fair, and we did it, I believe it was during Christmas time, and it was a great success. We really enjoyed it, and so we thought we'd do it again in conjunction with the Pumpkin Fest taking place in Richland Center.
There will be family-friendly games, arts and crafts, children's activities, and a food stand. In conjunction with the festival, a coat drive to help Hurricane Helene victims has been added.
I've been in contact with a lot of individuals and organizations that have been working down there, just kind of trying to get funds together and whatever needs need to be met over the last couple of weeks. And so it's still pretty hard tugging at my heart. And so this is something that had come up. I keep hearing they've got a lot of clothes down there, but it's snowing in the mountains. And so they really need things that are geared specifically towards coats, hats, gloves, things of that nature.
Feel free to drop off new or gently used coats, hats, and gloves or mittens. Holly Liska says she does know other items are needed, but they are focusing on the coat drive.
What we know that they want is propane and heaters. If people have campers that they no longer use or are willing to donate, obviously we can't take them, but we can connect them with the people who can get them down there. But yeah, like the heaters, the propane, if people want to donate money to the victims, I have a couple contacts down there they can directly donate to. But we're really focused on the new or very, very gently used coats, hats, gloves, snow pants, and even heavy blankets or sleeping bags. And if they have questions about things that they want to donate but they don't know who to get in contact with, I've pretty much made contact with people in all the states that have been affected, with the exception of Florida, and I can probably get them in line with somebody that they can work with.
The Eagle School Fall Festival and Craft Fair will be held Saturday from 10 to 3, with the coat drive being held from 11 to 2. If you are unable to drop off items for the victims of Hurricane Helene on Saturday but would like to make a donation, call Holly at 608-475-4560. The AD German Warehouse will be the site of the Haunted Warehouse tonight and tomorrow night. A small scare with the lights on will be held from 5:30 to 6:30 to allow the younger audience and their guardians to experience the Haunted Warehouse. The No Mercy scare is the adult version of the Haunted Warehouse with all the lights turned off. It will be held from 7 to 9:30. Tickets will be available on a first-come, first-served basis for purchase next door in the 1912 building. Tickets for the small scare are priced at $10 per child and $15 per guardian. Tickets for the No Mercy scare are priced at $15 per person. Payments may be made by cash or card. Credit card fees apply.